Let me tell you something that many international travelers worry about before visiting the United States of America, entering the airport and going through immigration. If you've never traveled to the United States before, the whole process can feel a little intimidating. You might hear different stories online, watch dramatic videos on social media, or read comments that make it seem like the moment you land, everything turns into chaos. I have come across different comments on social media where people say they would never visit the United States until this administration is over. Yes, I understand that traveling to the United States right now can make some people feel nervous because of the things we see on the internet. The immigration officers are not after you if you confidently and respectfully enter the country the right way and follow the proper procedures. As a travel ambassador, I'll never advocate for people not to travel to any country or destination. What I teach you as a traveler is how you can travel smart and be safe wherever you go. Most of the time, this process is much more straightforward than people think, especially if you prepare properly. The reality is that millions of people still visit without drama. I personally know many people who recently visited the United States and returned without any problems. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to prepare for US airport entry as an international traveler. Let's start with the most important thing. Before you even book your flight, you want to check your passport. For most travelers entering the United States, your passport should be valid for at least 6 months beyond your planned departure date. This is something many travelers overlook and it can cause problems before you even get on the plane. Airlines usually check your documents before boarding, and if your passport validity doesn't meet the requirement, they may not allow you to board the flight. So always double check your passport well in advance. If you're new here, I'm Shedi Ed, a travel ambassador and entrepreneur. I'm a best-selling author of travel guides, published and distributed through our global book publishing and distribution network. Over the years, I've explored all 50 US states and more than 40 countries around the world. And those experiences are exactly what shaped the work we do today. I'm the founder and CEO of WorldTourGuide, a travel media agency dedicated to helping you travel smarter and better. We create educational travel content and articles, partner with travel companies to bring you the best travel deals, and publish premium travel guides, which we print and ship to readers across the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Europe, and beyond. All of our travel guides are available through our global bookstore on our website. And when you visit our website, you'll get more value. You'll download our free travelers template directly from any of the articles on our blog. So don't leave without liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Remember to follow our social media platforms because you can never imagine the travel and tourism value packed for you across our travel media outlets. The next thing is making sure you have the correct travel authorization. Some travelers need a visa issued by the US Embassy or consulate. Others from certain countries can enter under the Visa Waiver Program with authorization through the electronic system for travel authorization. Whatever category you fall under, make sure your visa is valid, your travel authorization is approved, your passport information matches your application. These small details matter more than people think. When you land in the United States, you will meet officers from the US Customs and Border Protection. One of the most common things they ask travelers is the purpose of the visit. So before your trip, make sure you are clear about why you are visiting. For example, tourism, visiting family, attending a conference, short-term business meetings, and so on. There's no need to overthink this. Just answer honestly and clearly. Officers ask these questions because they want to confirm that travelers are entering the country for the reasons stated in their visa or travel authorization. Another thing that makes the process smoother is knowing your travel details. I don't see the reason you will be unsure of your own trip. Officers may ask simple questions like, where are you staying? How long will you be in the country? When is your return flight? It's helpful to keep information like your hotel reservation, address of where you'll stay, your return ticket. You usually won't need to show everything, but it's good to have it available just in case. After a long international flight, it's normal to feel tired. But when you land at a major airport like JFK International Airport, Los Angeles International Airport, or Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, you'll follow signs that lead you to immigration and passport control. There might be long lines depending on the time of day, so patience is important. Just follow the instructions from airport staff and wait your turn. When you finally reach the immigration officer, they may ask a few questions. Usually things like, what is the purpose of your visit? How long will you stay? Where are you staying? Most conversations are actually very short. The best approach is simple: be polite, be calm, and answer clearly. There's no need to give long explanations unless they ask for more details. At some airports, you might be asked to provide fingerprints and a photograph as part of the entry process. This is a standard procedure and happens to millions of travelers every year. The officer will guide you through the steps, so just follow the instructions. After immigration, you'll proceed to the baggage claim area to collect your luggage. Once you have your bags, you'll pass through customs inspection. The customs officer may ask if you are bringing certain items into the country. For example, large amounts of cash, certain foods, agricultural products. Just answer truthfully and follow the guidelines. Something important to keep in mind is that officers from the US Customs and Border Protection are responsible for protecting the country's borders. Their job is to check documents and confirm that travelers meet the entry requirements. So when they ask questions, it's simply part of their role. Most travelers pass through the process without any issues. If you have a connecting flight inside the United States, make sure you allow enough time between flights. Immigration, baggage claim, and customs can take some time depending on the airport and the number of arrivals. Many experienced travelers recommend leaving at least 2 to 3 hours for international connections. Before traveling, it's also helpful to review what items are allowed in the United States. Certain foods, plants, and agricultural products may be restricted. Checking these rules ahead of time can save you time and prevent unnecessary delays at the airport. One of the biggest mistakes travelers make is worrying too much before they arrive. Social media sometimes shows extreme situations, but the reality is that millions of visitors enter the United States every year for tourism, business, and family visits. If you prepare your documents, know your travel plans, and follow the rules, the process usually goes smoothly. Traveling internationally always requires a little preparation, and entering the United States is no different. But once you understand how the process works, it becomes much less stressful. Just remember the basics. Check your passport validity. Make sure your visa or travel authorization is correct. Know your travel details. Answer questions honestly. Follow airport instructions. If you do these things, you'll be well prepared for your arrival. And once you get through the airport, you want to focus on the reason you entered the United States. If you're visiting as a tourist, respect your visa conditions. Don't blur lines between tourism and activities not permitted under your entry status, otherwise you may end up regretting the entire trip. Travel is always an experience, and preparation simply helps make that experience smoother. Thank you for watching this one, and don't leave without liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Remember to visit our website and also follow our social media platforms, as we hope to see you again.